Hi, and welcome to this episode of This Fat Girl Life podcast. Today, we're going to be discussing social media and the effect that it has on our own self image. Today's special guest is my daughter, Francesca. So, Frankie, you have been on social media for most of your life, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we dive in, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, age, who you are, that type of thing?
I am 22, almost 23 years old. I am a single mom in Colorado. I really like the outdoors. I love camping and hiking and all that kind of stuff.
And what made you want to come on this episode and discuss this with the viewers?
I think social media is probably one of the biggest influences in today's world. And I think that it affects, not only has it affected my generation, but I think that it will determine quite a bit for the next few generations.
Okay. Well, I know growing up, social media was not as prevalent for me. I mean, I'm almost 45. Yes, I put it out there. And so my younger years, we didn't have social media. And when social media started, it was MySpace. I mean, I remember my MySpace page, for crying out loud. And I have seen social media evolve into, some might say, even a monster at this point. There is social media for everything. You, on the other hand, social media has been around, God, your entire life.
I remember seeing like little commercials on TV for Facebook telling you to like create an account and all that kind of stuff.
And now it's TikTok and
Instagram and all of it.
It has evolved. Social media has definitely evolved. So, what kind of images are you normally bombarded with on social media?
Right now, I'm really bombarded. I really tried to change how I look at my social media. Because, I mean, whether you think they are or not, your phone listens to what you say. Your phone realizes what you're looking up and the things that attract you.
Cookies.
They want you, exactly. They want you there more. They want that attention. And so, right now, my social media, a lot of it is like baby stuff and a lot of nature stuff. My Instagram is filled with nature.
But do you see ads or anything, or even videos on social media that are different than what you normally would look at?
Not as
or even on your TikTok?
On TikTok, yeah, I see that all the time. Different from what I would normally see.
Okay. And so do you feel that you are being bombarded by what should be classified as a norm for standard beauty?
Oh yeah, that's all over TikTok. TikTok especially. There's a lot of things that, because I'm not the kind of person that wears a lot of makeup. Ever. Even in a full face of makeup, it's really not that much. And that's just my personal preference, but on TikTok, I see all these girls that are like Harry Potter in the makeup world.
Oh my, right?
And
oh my God, yes.
Any of that. Like, I could buy all the stuff. I could buy the brushes. I could buy the fancy foundation. I could do all of that. But at the end of the day, I still have no clue what I'm doing.
I don't have those skills. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm wearing eyelashes today. And this took 15 minutes just to put on the eyelashes. I've never worn liquid mascara in my life until today. So I get it.
Liquid eyeliner?
Or liquid eyeliner. Yeah, that's that. That I can't even say what it's called. So that being said, when you see some of that, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel sort of insignificant, if that's the right word. Like,
insignificant or inadequate?
I think both.
Okay.
Insignificant because, like, these people are making a living off of doing this kind of stuff. Something as simple as putting your makeup on. And I look at that and I'm like, wow, I'm really not doing anything. They're doing something so simple, but I can't even do that.
Okay, so then what becomes your next step? Are you searching out how to do it, or are you just
I really work to get that stuff off of my social media because I am on social media a lot. And growing up, I know that social media influenced so much of how I saw myself and how I acted.
Can you elaborate on that?
One girl that I watched on YouTube, that was like the biggest form of social media when I was in high school. And one of the girls that I used to watch had really bad anorexia for a while. And she was still getting everything she wanted. She was still making that money. She was still hanging out with all of her friends, living that glorious lifestyle in front of the camera. I don't know what goes on behind the camera and when the camera's off, but she was promoting that kind of stuff without knowing it, and that made that lifestyle look a lot more appealing.
So I'm going to ask something rather personal. Is it a lifestyle that you ended up pursuing because of it?
Somewhat. Yeah.
Okay. What made you stop?
I knew that it wasn't healthy. I knew that forcing myself to throw up what I just ate or not eating at all was extremely unhealthy, and I knew that if my family found out that I was doing that, that would have been a whole cat out of the bag.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I mean, you can only hide that kind of stuff for so long.
So all of that being said, what makes you still continue to go on social media?
Because of how much I control it. There's
Okay,
a certain
elaborate.
sense of, like, how I was talking about my Instagram. Every now and then I'll see something random, but it's very easy to just say, I don't want to see that. And so my Instagram is filled with people that like their lifestyle, like the Brant fam. I love them. I think they're great. And their stuff is on my Instagram. The stuff that I could use in life. They have children. They could recommend something that I could use. Or my nature stuff. That's all on there.
Okay, what about your other social media feeds? Because as your mom, I know things. I know that you're on Facebook, you're on TikTok, you're on Snapchat. You've got like what, 7 different social media accounts?
Well, the difference about Snapchat is Snapchat doesn't show you like a stream like Instagram and TikTok and
right. I'm not on it, so I'm not as familiar. I'll be honest.
It's all you. Like you choose the people that you have as your friends. You choose what you post on your story. You don't have to watch other people's stories. You can skip right through them.
Okay.
You don't even have to click on the stories. But that's all pictures. That's not something that is a social media. That's kind of like a messenger kind of thing.
Okay.
You can send pictures, you can have conversations, but you can't it's nothing like Facebook or Instagram like that.
Okay.
With Facebook, there's a lot of stuff that is on my Facebook that not necessarily body image because I keep my Facebook very locked down. I don't see like a lot of things that would hurt me like image wise or like break me down or anything.
And do you do that intentionally?
Yes. I do all of that intentionally. I don't want to see that kind of stuff because I know how it makes me feel growing up. Like being a teenager as is already hard. You're going through puberty. You're dealing with everything changing. You're growing up and everything is changing. That's hard enough as it is. And throwing the insecurities that social media causes makes that so much harder. And I remember feeling all that kind of stuff. I remember hating everything about myself. And don't get me wrong. I'm not like all about me. I love myself now, but from where I was, it's a whole nother thing because I forced my social media to change. Even my YouTube account, I have forced that to change. There's not anything that I used to watch when I was in high school. None of that is there now.
Okay, so personal opinion time. Based on what you said, do you think it is appropriate for kids in high school, teenagers, to have those kinds of social media accounts?
In a way, in some ways, yes. Just because, like TikTok specifically, that is a very big platform to express yourself. And expressing yourself also comes with confidence.
Okay,
You should
do you
feel
think
confident in expressing yourself in those sort of ways. I think that the problem lays with certain people on social media.
should it be more regulated for teenagers?
Yeah. I mean, like, for an example, like, they have YouTube Kids, to where it's all set up and it's extremely moderated. It's, like, extremely paid attention to, and, like, they can't, if they pull, you know how when you're playing a video and you pull it down and it'll keep playing?
No.
It does that. On your phone, if you're watching YouTube, you can pull the video down to the bottom of your screen.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. On the kids, it won't play. It'll pause so that the parents know your kid's doing something else.
So do you, in your opinion, is there a way to do that for teenagers, or is there a way to maybe have more of a parental regulation?
I wish that I could think of a way for that to happen, but I also know when I was in school, teenagers were mean as hell. So I can only imagine what they're like now.
They were just as mean when I was in school.
Yeah, they come up with new names and new jokes and all that all the time.
Yes. Oh my God,
So,
yes.
I think kids just need to learn how to behave and be nice.
Okay, so as a parent now, what do you hope to instill in your child when he is that age?
By the time that he is that age, I hope he understands and realizes that if he is bullying, I'll kick his ass. No problem. I will not deal with the bullying, and I will not deal with the putting people down just for fun. Because that's not fun. That's not okay. It is not okay for somebody to be expressing themselves on TikTok and you're sitting there on your phone tapping on your screen talking about what they're wearing or what's behind them or whatever. That's not okay. That's none of your business.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience today?
I'm good.
Okay, and then my final question for you, and I hope to end every episode that I do with this one question. What is one thing that you love about yourself?
How I am as a mom.
Elaborate.
I mean, he is a baby, so there's not like any rules that I can lay down. But he's a good kid, and he's a smart kid. And I feel like the child reflects the parent. And
I'm in trouble then.
yeah, but he's a smart kid. He learns fast. He is already developing a nice little personality. And he's a fun kid to be around. And like, I've met babies that are freaking pain in the ass. They scream and they cry, and it's rough. They're rough babies. But, I mean, I think I got lucky. Mac is a super easy kid.
You did get lucky.
But
You totally got lucky.
I don't know, being a mom, like, has changed everything about me. Compared to who I was even this time last year, is a completely different person. I see things in a completely different way. And I really like what that has done to me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on, my first guest on the podcast, for doing this. I'd love to have you back on in the future. And yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I can hug you because you're my kid. I birthed you. You guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I will be releasing information on our next episode here in the next couple days. This will be going live on the podcast on February 1st. If you would like to be a featured guest, please send me an email at podcast@thisfatgirllife.com. Or if you just have a comment, make sure to send it to me. Who knows? Maybe I'll read it live on the air. Bye.